Hi everyone, and welcome back to Stamp with Anna. Today I'm going to do the second New Year's card this week. And as I mentioned on Monday, in Monday's video, I only have one stamp that says Happy New Year. So I have to be a little creative here. I don't want to keep using the same stamp that it comes from the Teeny Tiny Wishes that I've used so many times. So this time I decided to go a different route, and I came up with this Eclipse card. And these letters are from the large numbered framelits. We also have the large letters that I've used quite a few times, but this time I'm using the large numbers. And this here is part of was new in this year's catalog. It's a Happy Birthday Thinlet, and I only used the happy part. And the snowflakes were made with the Flurry of Wishes stamp set, and I use these two here, and I embossed them in silver. And the ribbon is some old Wisteria Wonder seam binding. So let's get started, and I'll show you how I made this card. It really is really simple. This is the base. It's Wisteria Wonder. It's cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, your usual A2 size. Then I have a piece of Whisper White, cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and that's the one I'm going to stamp on. And because my stamp is photopolymer, I'm going to bring in my Pierce mat. And because I'm going to be stamping off of this page, I do want to cover that with some protective paper. So just a piece here. Now I'm going to randomly stamp my snowflakes. I'm inking up my stamps, and the snowflakes are 2 together. And I'm just inking them up in Versamark ink. And although you can't see where you're stamping, you have kind of an idea. And as long as you move your paper every so often to see where you are, you should have no problem getting a nice coverage of stamps. And I'm going to just turn them around a little so they don't look all the same. This is the longest part of this card, believe it or not. Okay, now I want to be careful so I don't touch any of my ink. And I'm going to give it a once over, and it looks like I have some good coverage. So now I'm going to, with my tweezers, I'm just going to pick up an end, trying not to touch any of my stamped images. Then I'm going to come in with my silver embossing powder and give this a good sprinkle. And because I embossed such a large section, I'm going to, there will inevitably be a little bit of powder where it shouldn't be. So I'm going to just come in with a fine paintbrush and flick any of that off. Now right here, I think I missed some. Oh no! Try that again. Make sure I get, and that's why I use my tweezers, which I'm not using right now, which is why I'm having such a hard time here. Okay, and now I think I've got all of my snowflakes embossed. I'm going to put this back. And now I'm just going to heat emboss this. And I'm going to start it on camera, but then I'll finish it off camera because that's got to be pretty boring for you to watch me do that, right? So I'll just start right here just until you can see how pretty the silver is going to be when it does actually get embossed. And once once it starts melting, the process is pretty quick. See, here it comes. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm going to finish embossing this off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back with my embossed snowflakes. Isn't that just gorgeous? Now, I do have a little smudge there, but have no fear. I'm going to fix that. When I go apply my ribbon, I'm just going to put my ribbon up a little higher. That's all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my die cut machine. And the first thing I'm going to do is set up my numbers right down here towards the bottom. And I'm going to die cut those out. Now, to die cut my happy birthday, you know me with my foil paper. I don't like to waste any, so I've cut this small little piece here. And I'm going to just die cut that top part. But before I do that, I'm going to use Stampin' Up's new double-sided adhesive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the back of this right up here. Okay. And I'm going to cut that out. Now, after I emboss, I'm going to be able to just peel this backing off, and this happy is going to be adhesive. That way I don't have to fuss with trying to get all the little pieces, parts of the letter with adhesive on it with a glue pen. It's going to be attached. It's going to be adhered already. So I'll be right back after I go do my die cutting. Okay, I'm back with all of my pieces. So here's my happy. I'm just going to pop my happy out. I'm going to leave it attached though. I don't want to attached to this backing. I don't want to take that out yet. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Wisteria Wonder ribbon and I'm going to attach that first. And on the back, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive, and then I'm going to run this through. Now, remember I told you I had that little smudge there, so I'm just going to hide that, just like that. I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut my ribbon. And I'm going to wrap it around like that. Now I'm going to attach that to my card base. And when you're doing the Eclipse technique and you're attaching your die cut piece of cardstock out, you want to make sure you get adhesive in as tightly as you can so that you don't have any parts of the holes sticking up. So I'm going to take that and just attach that right onto my purple. My Wisteria Wonder, excuse me. Now I put a little bit of snail right behind this here so that this wouldn't lift up. Okay? So now we just have to attach our letters, our numbers, excuse me. And the way we do that is to pop them all out of here. We're going to use mini dimensionals. And we're going to apply mini dimensionals on the back of all of the numbers. And I'm going to do that off camera, so again, you don't have to watch me because that's rather boring. I'll be right back. Okay, I've put dimensionals on all of the backs of all of my numbers, and I did attach those, but I didn't do the 8 yet. So what I did was I put as many dimensionals as I thought I needed, because you do want it to stand up nicely, and then you just drop it in. Now, for the 0 and for the 8, you have the little pieces that go on the inside. Now, these you want to put in after you put your 8 in, because otherwise, if you put it in and you put it in the wrong place, then it doesn't line up. And you can see that this lines right up, the design. Now, the insert here does not get dimensionals because you do want that contrast there. Okay, so this goes right down, press that right down in the bottom there. Just drop it right in there, and then with the top of your tweezers, just tuck it in. Okay? Push that over just a little bit, and that way you do get that dimension. So now we're going to attach, we're going to peel off the backing of this happy birthday. Actually, what I should have done first, oh well, is I need to trim this because I only wanted the happy, so I did end up with a little bit of the other letters that are there. And I'm just going to come in and trim those. This would have been easier if I had left the adhesive on while I did that, so it's not sticking all over my fingers. But anyway, I'm going to pop out the inside of the A and the P. And now this is nice and sticky. I don't have to worry about trying to put my glue pen on it and getting it to stay. Just simply give that a little peel off. Now it's nice and attached with adhesive, and I'm just going to position that right up there. This one is a little higher than my other one because, like I said, I had to put my ribbon up the top. But there you go. All done. A nice Eclipse technique card. It says Happy 2018. And I hope you like that. If you have any questions about this project, or if I can help you with any of the products used to make this project, certainly contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. And if you don't yet have a demonstrator or a holiday catalog, certainly let me know, and I'll be glad to pop one in the mail to you. Please join me back here on Friday when we'll do one more Happy New Year's card. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.